Hi everybody, welcome to the next video. And in this video I want to talk about steroids versus natural, the muscle building effect of steroid use. So let me preface this video by saying that I'm definitely not an expert on steroids use. I've personally never used steroids or any related drug for the purpose of building muscle, improving performance or getting any similar benefit. I've honestly never even considered doing so, nor would I ever consider doing so in the future. That's just me. As for whether or not anyone else uses steroids drugs for these purposes, I honestly couldn't give a crap. It's your body, your decision, it's none of my business what you do, and it really doesn't matter to me either way. But the only time steroid use does matter to me is when its muscle building and performance enhancing effects are hidden or lied about for more than just personal reasons, downplayed or just used perceptively in some way that negatively affects that negatively affects the people who don't actually use steroids. How can this happen, you ask? Well, I will show you in a second. But first, there's something you need to know. Steroids versus natural, it's not even close. As most of us can already guess, the average person using steroids will generally get much better results in terms of building muscle and improving performance than someone who is natural and not using anything, especially with all else being equal. That's common sense. But what might surprise you is the actual degree of difference. As it turns out, there's one specific study that shows this difference quite clearly. And the study is the following. This is a 10-week study that took a group of 43 men of normal body weight between the ages of 19 and 40 years old, who all had some degree of weight training experience. And these men were split up into 4 different groups. The group number 1 did not do any form of exercise and did not receive any form of steroids or drugs. So natural guys doing no weight training. The group number 2 did not do any form of exercise, but they received weekly injections of 600 milligram of testosterone. So drug users doing no weight training. The group number 3 did exercise, but they did not receive any form of steroids or drugs. So natural guys doing weight training. And the group number 4 did exercise, and they also received weekly injections of 600 milligram of testosterone. Drugs users doing weight training. All of the diet were standardized according to each person's body weight, recorded, verified, and adjusted when needed. And the 2 groups who were weight training, groups 3 and 4, followed the same supervised workout each week, meaning with the exception of the fact that some groups were or were not weight training and some were or were not using steroids, everything else, diet and training, was equal and even. The results? So guess what happened? Group number 1, no exercise, natural, experienced no significant changes, so this is no surprise. Group number 2, no exercise and drug use, was able to build about 7 pounds of muscle. That's not an error. The group receiving testosterone injections and not working out at all gained 7 pounds of muscle. The group number 3, which were exercising but natural, they were able to build about 4 pounds of muscle, and the group number 4, exercise but drug use, was able to build about 13 pounds of muscle. So what does this study show us? Well, for starters, if you are natural and not doing any form of weight training, your muscle building results will suck. But we all knew that already. Second, the muscle building effects of steroids are pretty fucking significant. Despite using identical workout routines and diets, the guys who were also receiving testosterone injections gained over 3 times as much muscle as the natural guys in the same period of time. The average difference was 13 pounds gained to just 4 pounds gained. And third, here's the most insane part of all, the group getting the testosterone injections and not doing any form of weight training whatsoever did gain significantly more muscle than the natural guys who were weight training. The difference was 7 pounds gained to 4 pounds gained. Let me repeat this again. Guys using drugs and doing nothing built more muscle than the natural guys who were weight training 3 times per week. How crazy is that? So my point is this. Just to clarify, I'm not telling you about this study to make it seem like everyone who uses steroids got the results without tons of hard work and effort as well. That's definitely not true. That's not what I want to say. Instead, I'm telling you about the study to show you that with all else being equal, steroids work a shitload better, and even if in the absence of any training, hard work or effort at all, steroids still work a shitload better. Why am I telling you this? Because not being completely aware of these facts is what often causes natural men and women to make huge mistakes in how they train, how they eat, whose advice they trust, what realistic results they expect, what goals they set, what claims they believe, and what products and supplements they spend their money on. So, next I will talk about how steroids use negatively affects non-steroids users. This is what I want to talk about next. I'm not talking about here the direct side effects that may come from using various performance-enhancing muscle-building drugs. I'm talking about the indirect effects that come as a result of us natural people being unknowingly and often deceptively exposed to those who are using. To show you what I mean, here are some common examples of the problems that arise. First, the do what they are doing problem. Take for example the big, awesome looking guy you can find in also any gym on the planet. The guy who stands out instantly among a sea of people with average looking bodies as bad. I'm talking about the kind of guy that most other guys look at in a gym and think, I need to find out what this dude is doing so I can start doing it too and look as awesome as he does. The same thought occurs when looking at the bodybuilders in magazines, the A-list celebrities, and some moving the check guys on the internet forums and websites and so on. We look at them, see the results they've gotten, and our first instinct is to replicate whatever they are doing. It seems like a great idea, and we've all probably been there before. I mean, if something worked so well for them, we should surely do it too, so we can get the same awesome results, right? In theory, sure, but in reality, steroids use often invalidates this theory. You see, various steroids allow stuff that shouldn't work to still work anyway, meaning steroids use can make up for a shitty diet and workout program. It can make something that would work horribly for a natural trainee work amazingly well for someone who is not natural. As the study above showed, drugs can sometimes make up for even not training at all. So, all of the typical bodybuilding nonsense you often see, those awesome bodies people doing, the 100 sets of this, 100 sets of that, 20 isolation exercises of this, 20 supersets of that, the typical high volume, blast the crap out of your body from every angle pump training garbage that every respectable trainer and strength coach on the planet regards as crap. Well, it is crap for us natural people. But add steroids into the equation and that changes. Yeah? With enough steroids, a person's workout routine becomes borderline irrelevant in terms of building muscle. You can go to the gym and bang your head into a wall for 45 minutes and still end up getting significantly better results than the typical natural guy training correctly and working his ass off. And therein lies the problem with the idea of doing what they're doing based solely on how the person's body look like. Sure, they could be doing things correctly, and you could benefit from doing the same. But it could also just as easily be that they are doing everything wrong, and the muscle building effect of steroids and drugs has allowed it to work well for them anyway. So then we have the deceptive claim problem. I can't remember the last time I saw an ad or sales page for any sort of muscle building program, product or supplement that didn't feature guys who are obviously not natural. Whether they are just using the product, providing testimonial for the program, holding the supplement, or being used in the before and after pictures, steroids use is often one of the #1 deceptive sale tactics among many muscle building products. Why? So natural people see it and think, wow, X pounds of muscle gained in only 11 weeks? How crap, that's lightning fast muscle growth, bro. I can't wait to buy this program, product, supplement and get those same amazing results. There's just one tiny problem. Unless you are using the same drugs these guys use, you're not going to get those same results. In many cases, you probably won't get any results at all. But that's just the nature of the diet and fitness industry. Do whatever is necessary to trick people into thinking something will work significantly better, faster, easier than everything else. Steroids and drugs use is just one of many methods used to create this illusion. And if you don't realize it, you will just end up wasting tons of money on garbage. Then there's the unrealistic male expectations problem. Like I've said before in detail, the true rate and limit of muscle growth for a natural trainee is way slower and lesser than most people think and hope it is. But add steroids into the mix, like the study from the above did, and those rates and limits can be greatly exceeded. And it's this significantly difference that puts unrealistic expectations into the minds of virtually every guy hoping to build any amount of muscle naturally. Guess what happens when you start thinking you should be able to build muscle faster or easier than you ever actually could? You waste your effort trying to every diet and workout on the planet seeking possible results. You waste your money on more useless bullshit. You waste your time searching for something that doesn't exist. You constantly think you're failing even though you probably are not. It all happens because you have unrealistic expectations about what can actually be accomplished naturally, and the steroid use of others is what often puts it there. Then there is the unrealistic female fears problem. I know the study I referred was done on guys, and that the majority of the things I'm saying about steroids are geared more towards men, and that's why I will not cover this. So I will end this this video saying, be aware of the difference. Keep in mind that this is not at all meant to be some kind of anti-steroids video post. It's just meant to be a pro-natural people not screwing up the results of other people's steroid use articles. Once again, I don't give a crap if anyone else chooses to use these kinds of drugs. I personally don't and wouldn't, and this video really has nothing to do with that subject. My only goal here is to show the true muscle building effect of drug use and the real degree of difference between those who are using and those who are not. Why? So those of us who are not don't waste any of your time, effort and money as a result of the facts that many people are. This fact often goes unrealized and is deceptively used against us on a regular basis. My advice is simple: be aware of it and don't let it negatively affect your results. So I hope you liked this video. Give us a thumb up, and as always, if you want to read more on these topics, on how to create the best workout routine for you, and on getting mass training advice for natural bodybuilders that is based on having worked with hundreds of professional athletes and average guys in professional sports and natural bodybuilding and in natural powerlifting over a period of 2 decades, then you might also be interested in downloading our ebook. You find the link below the video. Have a nice day. Bye bye.